Okay, so we're getting close now to completing the mods on the Ninja 1000, and I'm going to button it all up now, put the fairings back on, and do the last couple of little bits and pieces. There is one other mod I want to do sometimes in the future, but I'm waiting for the parts to arrive for that. Let's get the fairings back on, which of course is the opposite of taking them off. So if you want to see that video, just have a look in that little pop out up there in the corner. Okay, so now the fairings are back on. We just have to finish off the sliders, put in the last part on there, and then a little protection for the engine covers and seat back on. But I'm not going to put the same seat on that I took off. Let's get on first then with finishing off the sliders. Okay, then first of all I've put the main bolt in, and we have to put the two captive little washers here in with the thread on them for the cover plate. So they just slide in like that, and they're in. And then we get the right Allen key for the job and tighten this up. So Allen key, hand tied first, and then finally we can't actually get that in there because it's not long enough. So what I'll do is I'll use a little extension bar here to tighten it up with. Now this is supposed to be tightened to 20 Newton meters, but my torque wrench doesn't go down to that, so I'm going to have to do that a little bit later. I'll show you I will do it later, but for now I'm just going to tighten it by hand, and that's about 20. It's not a great deal of actual stress or torque to tighten up to 20, very little indeed, but I will check it later. Finally then, you put the nameplate on, make sure the name is up the right way round, and the two screws in, and tighten them up. Might be a bit small, let's look. No, I think I got it right first time. And another little job I'll do at the same time as I'm tightening that bolt up properly is I'll get the paint and paint this the correct colour to match. A little bit of OCD there. So just tighten those up again. They don't have to be over tight, just tight enough so that they're not going to rattle and fall off. And then we do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so we're nearly there. All we've got left now is the protectors for the engine and gearbox covers, and cover for the clutch, and that one cover ACG. So this goes this side, like that, and the other one goes the other side. Now I should have in here somewhere, I hope, some isopropyl alcohol wipes, but they don't seem to be in there, so I'm going to have to quickly grab some, because we need to make sure this is grease free before we put this on. And again, make sure we put it on the right way up, like that. Okay, so isopropyl alcohol, I buy this by litre because it's good for electronics and many other things as well. And in these days and age of COVID, it's hard to get small containers, and they're usually overpriced. This electrical supply type version is much cheaper. You get a litre for virtually nothing. You could probably pay for the alcohol wipes in the shops the same as you'd pay for a litre of the electronic cleaning fluid. Same stuff, exactly the same fluid. So put a little bit on microfiber cloth, make sure this is all nice and clean. Turn it over, leave it dry off. Then while that's drying, we can peel off the back end of the adhesive pads. Not as easy as it used to be because my nails are shorter now again. Okay, so we've got them all off. Kawasaki up the right way. Line it up as close as perfect as I can. And then we press and hold. Only about 10-20 seconds. And that's that one on. And if I can find a microfiber cloth, I'll just give that a little wipe over later. It's a bit dusty. And we can do the other side. Okay, so the final part to put on really is the seat. This is the original seat, but I'm not going to actually use this because I managed to obtain a lower seat, and I'll give you a comparison of it in another video, I think, so you can see the differences between the two. I find myself it's comfortable, but it's not really comfortable being on the toes of my feet. I wouldn't say on tiptoes, but on toes when I'm actually sitting on the bike. So I wanted to be a little more confident, a little more comfortable, and have my feet more firmly planted on the floor. So I'm replacing this with this. And here is the new seat. Factory original, low seat. And I can tell you straight away, it feels about half the weight of the other one. Fresh in its packaging and opened. So let's get this unpacked and make sure it does fit. They sent me the right one for the right bike. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. It reminds me of old ladies' hairnets. There's elastication around the plastic. There we go. Okay. If you want anyone want a swimming cap or a shower cap, let me know. So here's the new seat then, and just get my little charging point put out there. And I've got to take the two bolts out that I left in here to remember where they were. And the new seat, yep, seems to fit perfectly. Okay, so let's tighten these up, and then it's just the back piece to go on, and it's all done. Again, you don't want to tighten these up too tight, but just pinch them up. And even looking at it, it looks a lot lower. Yeah, I might have to get a new pad to put there actually, to stop zips from scratching the tank. So all that remains now is I'll do another video on the seat to give you my impressions of the lower seat, see if it is as good as I'm hoping it's going to be. And there are just one or two tiny little things to add as well. Then I'll do a quick walk around after I've added those little bits to show you all the various bits and pieces outside in the sunlight, out in the open. Where COVID is. Yes, I'll try and keep at least 200 meters away from everyone. For now, ride on, ride safe.